Hey people from YouTube, today we're talking about clitoris and female sexual anatomy. This is a must-watch video, stay tuned for it. Alright, we're talking about female sexual anatomy, and this is very important. If you want to give incredible orgasms to your woman, you need to know how her body works, what areas and what parts you need to touch and how to touch them. You need to know the whole how the whole system works, and if you know that, you have a big advantage over any other person, any other lover, any other man that may be trying to flirt with a girl or trying to get a girlfriend or whatever. So big advantage. Now it's like if you have to fix a car, you need to know how it works. You need to know the parts, the things, how they ensemble together so it works. And that happens with everything in life. Anything you have to build, anything you want to do, you need to know how it works. And this happens the same thing with sex and with female sexual anatomy. You need to know it. This is a presentation, this is a masterclass, this is a long video. Stay tuned till the end. I'm going to share with you an incredible link at the end of this video. So watch it till the end and I will see you in a little bit. Okay, let's start with the presentation. I have separated the clitoris from the female sexual anatomy, even though the clitoris, of course, belongs to the female sexual anatomy, but I wanted to point out some things about the clitoris. So that's why I have separated them in the terms and the name of this masterclass. So we're going to start with this picture. This picture, it's a picture where you can see the female sexual anatomy from the front, and this picture I'll explain in a little bit, okay? We're going to start here on the left, and here on the left we see the woman from the front view. And what we see here is the prepuce. The prepuce is right here. This will be the clitoris hood, okay? This is what covers the clitoris in order to protect it from when you, because the clitoris is very sensitive, and if it would be rubbing against the cloth or whatever, it would be not very comfortable for the woman. So that's why that exists actually. And if we lift it up, we'll see the clitoris, which is a little tiny gland. It will be right here on the right. You see a bit bigger, and the clitoris is very sensitive. Imagine that the clitoris has 8,000 nerve endings that come to this little tiny spot. The whole clitoris, the tiny little clitoris, has more nerve endings than the whole penis. So imagine the sensation. Imagine how sensitive it can be. We as men sometimes cannot imagine, because we know it's very pleasurable for us, the penis. Imagine just a little tiny spot where everything is concentrated. So you need to understand that the clitoris is the key for female pleasure, the key for female orgasms. It's the key. We need to understand the clitoris, we need to know the clitoris, and we need to know how to touch the clitoris. It's very important if we want to give them, woman, incredible orgasms, okay? Now here we see the labia minora right here and the labia majora right here. Those are the vaginal lips which cover them and protect them from the outside, from infections and so on, okay? Here we see the urethral opening right there, just above the vaginal opening right here. So I think everybody knows pretty much what this is. I want to point out here, we're going to go to the right here a little bit. You see here the Bartholin's glands. Well, the glands are here, and this is the Bartholin's opening. Now, the Bartholin glands are in charge of lubricating the female vagina. When they are aroused to have sex, these glands will kick in. They will start creating this lubrication liquid, which lubricates the vagina, so that you can have sex. Okay, just that you know it. And this will be the anus. Actually, the skin glands are right behind here as well. The skin glands, I'll talk about them a little bit later. Now, if we go to the right here, okay, this is what I wanted to point out about the clitoris. The clitoris is not just this little tiny thing. This is the clitoris head, or the clitoris glands, how they call it. And these dotted lines are there because this is the prepuce. It's just there so that you can understand where the clitoris hood is right here, okay? But this is the clitoris. And the clitoris, it's not just this little tiny thing that we see. It goes all the way behind, so inside, and has this fishbone shape right here, okay? This is the clitoris. It's not just this, it's all of it. And these areas here, this corpus cavernosum it's called, okay? This is where all these nerve endings go to end up right there. Okay. Now, one thing that you may not know, okay, when men and women, actually, if you think about it, the glands of the clitoris or the clitoris head, it has sort of like a little, it's like a little penis if you think about it. If you see, it has that shape, sort of like a tiny small penis. Okay. Why? Because when we are in the wombs, in the mother's womb, and we are either man or woman, we have the Y chromosome or the X chromosome. If we have a Y chromosome, at one point when we start to develop our genitals, the testosterone will kick in if you have the Y chromosome. If you have the X, it will not. And what happens is we're exactly the same when we are at the early stages of gestation. It's we're the same. Only when the testosterone kicks in, we develop a penis. If not, it will just develop as a clitoris. That's why they are similar in shape and similar in the way we actually are. So I don't want to get too technical, but just that you know it, okay? So this is the clitoris. So imagine how many areas the clitoris has that are very, very sensitive. It's not just the little head, it's everything around it. Also the bulb of the vestibule here, it's also a very sensitive area, all right? I just wanted to point that out, that you know about it, because the clitoris is very important. When we do, if you've seen, I put a link here for the female masturbation videos that I have. You can kick it here on the top link here. A video about female masturbation and female masturbation techniques. There's techniques like the squeeze technique or the rubbing technique, which you're not going to be touching the clitoris. You're going to be touching on the sides, okay? And because the sides of the clitoris are very, very, very sensitive. So visit that video and check it out, because masturbating a woman is not only just touching the clitoris, it's a lot more than that. So in this picture, we see a woman from the side. She's basically what you can imagine, she's standing, and then we're looking from in the inside with her reproductive system and her sexual anatomy. So I'm going to go through all that we are seeing here so we can place ourselves in where we are and what this is, okay? Now, I'm going to go from left to right, and right here, this is the pubic bone. And here we find the clitoris. This would be the clitoris and the clitoris area. This would be the urethra right here. This would be the vaginal canal, the vaginal opening here. And this right here that we see, the red spot, is the G spot right here. It's about 1.5 to 2 inches or 3 to 5 centimeters inside the vagina in the upper front wall. What we see here is the urethral sponge, which is the yellow area, which contains the skin glands. I'm going to go later in the detail of what this is and how it works. Okay, just wanted to show you what all we see. This is the bladder right here, which connects the urethra to the bladder. At the end of the vagina here, we see the A spot. The A spot is divided in two basically, or there's basically two A spots, which is one is in the upper front wall and this one is the deep area. The A spot is the same as the deep spot. Uterus here, the cervix right here. Well, this is the anus, rectum, and ovary and all that. I'm not going to go into the reproductive system because we're concentrating on the sexual anatomy. So this picture might seem very simple, but I think it's a lot easier to explain with this picture what I'm trying to tell you now. I'm going to explain you how a woman can have a G-spot orgasm, how it works. I want to explain you how it works. Later on, we'll do a G-spot stimulation techniques, which is completely different, but this is how it works, so that you know how it works. This is very simple. This is the vaginal opening right here. In the blue is the vagina all the way to the uterus. Right here in the red here is the G-spot. What you see here with the yellow, it's the urethral sponge, which is surrounding the urethral canal that goes to the bladder, and this is the urethra, which is right here and the entrance, just above, just below the clitoris and just above the vagina. Now, inside the urethral sponge are the skin glands. The skin glands are the same as the male's prostate, so it is the female's prostate. They are in charge of creating the ejaculation liquid when a woman ejaculates. So this is how it works. G-spot here, we stimulate the G-spot starts to get aroused, it starts to balloon out, and the skin gland starts to work, and they start to create this liquid, which is the ejaculation liquid. The ejaculation liquid is liquid which is odorless and contains glucose, just like semen does. How it works: once the girl is excited and the G-spot is stimulated to a point where she's gonna have the vaginal orgasms, many girls can actually ejaculate and have a squirting orgasm. This liquid is gonna drain towards the urethra canal here, and it's gonna go out through the urethra. It never goes out through the vagina, it goes out through the urethra. That's why the girl has this urge to pee. She suddenly wants to go to the bathroom and wants to pee. Many times what happens, she's going to flinch, she's going to contract the muscles, and she's not going to let this ejaculation fluid go, and it will go back towards the bladder. This is how it works. It's very simple, and it actually does exist. If you guys think that maybe I am, there's people who say that the G-spot doesn't exist and all this, it's just a myth. It's not. We'll talk about more about that in the next videos, but I just wanted to explain you what is involved and all these areas which are involved. Once I explain you how to stimulate the G-spot, now you're going to know what's happening. And this is very important to understand what's happening when a woman ejaculates. Okay. So this is it for the female anatomy. This is what is involved in the female anatomy. It's very simple. It's very clear. We're going to go more into depth with how to stimulate the spots to have the orgasms, but I just wanted you to know exactly what we're talking about and all the areas that that are involved in the female orgasm. All right, this was the masterclass about the female sexual anatomy. I hope you got a lot of information, that you know more things that you knew before, and that was very interesting for you. So if you like this video, please 2 thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. We are getting there. We're almost 25,000. Help me get there. The link that I wanted to share with you is right below here. There's 3 girls that will teach you everything about G-spot orgasms and about sex. So make sure you visit that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.